Is it showing now? Okay, okay. So let me start again. As we are going to use indicators, and indicators are basically used to strengthen our training techniques. You all might be thinking what exactly I was saying before 2 minutes is these are the course. As per the course we design, indicators were to come at the end, but immediately after candlesticks we have jumped to indicators. As previously also said, indicators, I myself, what I think is indicators are to be used as less as possible. So if I teach indicators right now, and after these classes the implementation of indicators would be taught by, I don't think there is any issue. Okay, after that the implementation part will be also covered. So whenever we will be going to price action and chart patterns, we want you to at least forget few indicators. Not forget in the sense, we do not want you to confuse yourself by using lot more indicators. So the whole purpose of learning indicator, as we enter into pattern and price action, will have only a blurry view of indicators. This is what exactly required in the market. We do not want each indicators to come whenever we are taking a call. Simply indicators not hamper your trade. After learning charts and price actions, you will find that you are getting trade signals, but few indicators may not allow you to enter. This is where I want you people not to face problem. So we have redesigned the course for the time being. Now coming to indicators. Indicators are generally derived from price, volume, and other kinds of data. The major thing to understand is every indicator had its own purpose. Every indicator does not signal a buy or sell, does not give a buy or sell signal. It is specially designed for solving a single problem. We cannot look always into indicators as a signal to buy or sell. So throughout the next sessions, you will learn many kinds of indicators. We will be going through many kinds of indicators. As previously said, again and again, and continuously I'll be telling, be very careful in picking your own indicators. And this is fully depends on individual trader. I just cannot suggest that what indicators is working for you and what to use. I'm not going to come and tell you that Ajay to use MACD, and to Prabodh sir I will be saying that to use Bollinger Band. So it's totally on the individual itself. I'm going to tell you the derivation of the indicator, how it is being derived. I'll be telling the mathematics behind each indicator. It is being derived from open, close, or by taking average action or any other thing. These all things I'll clearly explain. We're going to understand why the creator of the indicator did so. As you might have been seen that this is being designed by someone. Suppose average true range is designed by any person. I do not exactly remember the name. So I'll be telling why the person designed the in the same way, what is the exact purpose of this indicator. We are not only going to just learn the application, but how the same has been derived and why the inventor of indicator did so. We're going to do research on indicator. So as what will happen in the latter sessions is, after knowing the research behind that, you will learn that yes, this is not the exact application which is it is intended to. So it's better to leave this one. I should go for the other indicator. So without the research behind the indicators, you won't be able to know what exactly is happening. This should be a The total indicator section would be definitely toughest part because few mathematics are involved in that. So we are coming to the toughest at the beginning, and the simpler part and more useful are kept for the latter parts. What I have seen, as the course comes to end, people start missing classes. Even when I was taking the technical analysis classes, I have seen the last month of the classes were being attended by only few peoples. So I do not want this to happen in this batch. So we have planned to give the best, the trading techniques which we use personally, to be covered in the latter parts. But before that, all the fundamentals should be cleared. So we have kept the secrets towards the last session. After going through indicators and all the charts, Dow, pivots, I want you all to lay the strategies. The strategies are not to be given by us. The, every individual have their own strategies. Like usually I am much up dependent on open interest. And one more thing I was trying to tell you that next week I was planning to take an extra class and introduce everyone to open interest. After Thursday, I'll be asking in the WhatsApp group itself if everyone has time. We could take an evening session for open interest, to introduction to open interest. We have designed this course for some few special classes would be taken for open interest option learnings. So I was telling that I am somehow more dependent on open interest. Okay, so now we'll move to the core part, that is what are indicators and why to use them. So the first question itself arises before moving to indicators is what are indicators and why to use them. As the answer below suggests, an indicator is a series of data points that are derived by applying a formula to the price data of script, security, or any stocks. Exactly what I have said previously. The technically an indicator is a series of data points that are derived by applying a formula to the price data of a security. So, to be very commonly said in a layman's language, indicators look to predict the future price level. The work of indicator is to predict the future price level, or simply the general price direction of a security by looking at past patterns. Technical indicators has no use for analysis of any part of fundamental. As I from the beginning, as I was saying, this is called as technical indicators. It is not only indicators, it is technical indicators. So technical indicators does not have any role in fundamental, in indicating anything from the fundamental business like earning, profit and loss, and other things. It is totally dependent on the data points, be it price actions, be it average price or any other thing. So we should not confuse this with fundamental indicators. The next question comes how to use them. As I have said, the major use which I found is for confirmation, because I mostly depend on the chart patterns rather than indicators. People may be there, many advisors are there in the market who uses only one or two indicators and even do not focus on charts. Even they can generate calls, but I found myself more dependent on chart patterns and a few indicators just to confirm. But the exact work of indicator, how to use them, what are the actually it is based upon. An indicator can act as an alert, the first one, alert, to study price action more closely. The first work of indicator is to alert something. If momentum is warning, it may be a signal to watch for a break of support. Suppose you are using a momentum indicator and it is warning, so it gives signal for a break of support, or if there is a large positive divergence building, it may serve as an alert to watch for resistance breakout. So what exactly it is doing, it is alerting us that this might happen. Some investor and traders use them to predict the direction of future price. It is also being used for predicting, but it should be with price actions and chart patterns. Indicators can be used to confirm other technical tools. Like we have chart pattern as a technical tool, we have price action as a technical tool, we have open interest as technical tool. Volume itself is an indicator. So with that, an indicator can be used to confirm the analysis, the trade setup which you have done, the strategies which you have come across can be confirmed by using an indicator. Suppose if there is a breakout on the price chart, we haven't gone through that. Suppose there is a breakout on price chart, corresponding moving average crossover could serve to confirm the breakout. So in that case, what we did is we have seen the chart pattern, and it's clearly being seen that there is a possibility of breakout. So to confirm our trade, we'll be using moving average crossover to confirm yes, the breakout might happen. Just note down one thing: oscillators helps in predicting. The prediction part is being lived by oscillators. The next question comes: what does technical indicators offers? As we have seen, we have covered what are indicators and why to use them. These are the three things for which we are using an indicator: to alert, predict, and confirmation. And the third question arises: what does technical indicators offers? So exactly, it cannot be said every indicator is offering the same thing, but different indicators offer different things. For example, moving average are derived from simple formulas. You will be finding when going to indicators, if we're learning moving average, these are very simple formulas and mechanism are relatively easy to understand. But think in case of stochastics, they have very complex formulas. But we will go all the we'll be learning all the mathematics behind that. But it requires more study to fully understand and appreciate what exactly it is going to say, what exactly it is giving. So here comes: what does the technical indicator offers? Regardless of the complexity of the formulas, technical indicators actually provide a unique perspectives on the strength and direction of understanding price action. Indicators are very much based on price actions. So be it a complex indicator, be it a simple indicator, but it provide a unique perceptions on the strength and direction. That is it the strength of the upward movement which we are predicting is actually going to give something, or it is a fake signal which is coming across. So an indicator offers different things, different indicators offer different things. And the next question arises: what it's the not a question, but it's already being mentioned, that what are the types of indicator we will study. Before moving to that, let me give you an example of what does a technical indicator offers in the same question. Like let's take average of 5 closing prices. suppose it may be 100, 105, 102, 103, and 104. So total would be around 514. So it's a single data point. However, one data point does not offer much and even does not indicate anything. So here comes the role of indicator. A series of data point over a period of time is required to create a valid reference point to enable analysis, because all the calls, all the market movements, all depends upon the analysis which you do. So depending on a single data point we cannot analyze. So a series of data point over a period of time is required to create a valid reference point to enable our analysis. A series of data also helps in comparison. For analyzing purpose, technical indicators are usually shown in graphical form. After going through the mathematics, in the implementation part, you will be finding, go for any charting software, any indicators application software. In Zerodha itself, we are having, whenever you will be applying the indicator, you will be seen all these mathematics are done in the back side of the indicators, back end of the indicators. We do not need to do the mathematics, but as we are going to be technical analysts, we need to learn the mathematics behind that. But the application part is quite easy, as to say that every softwares are already built with the mathematics behind that. So after learning these mathematics, when the application part comes, you will be finding, for analysis purpose, it is actually shown in a graphical form. Like why we are using candlestick, why not bar? Because it is in graphical mode, it is quite easier to understand. So in the same way the indicators also come. So these indicators come in a graphical form. Once these are shown in graphical form, an indicator is then ready to compare with the corresponding price chart. So again, the comparison part comes. As I said, it is mostly used to compare and confirmation. So you'll be finding indicators below the price chart or above the price chart. Sometimes it can be just in the price chart itself to make the picture more clearer. I think this part is clear now. What does technical indicators offers? Now coming to the next is what types of indicators we will study. There are we will be studying across more than 20 to 25 indicators. But as I said before, you do not need to apply all this. It depends on every individual. And please do not blame that we have learned this indicator and the application does not work, because every indicator would not suit every individual. It depends on the market, it depends on the what exactly what type of trader you are. So we'll be learning almost 20 25, it may be more than that, indicators. But before moving to that, in a broader concept, indicators are divided into two parts. The first one is a leading indicator and the second one is a lagging indicator. You might have heard about this, but still we'll be learning. Yeah, we only can recommend that upon what exactly we are using, because we as individuals, as advisory services, we do not make our own trade. We trade for uh, we take PMS services, we trade for others. For an example, if I'm having a PMS of 10 lakh rupees, the indicators which I use would not be same for the guy who has given PMS of 1 lakh rupees. But still, at the end of the course, during the end of the course, we will be giving the strategies. We will be definitely telling you upon what strategy we work, but it totally depends on you. After learning this leading and lagging indicators, you will be finding that yes, being a trader, being what type of trader you will be finding yourself, and then you will be even after this class only you can find that yes, these are the indicators I need to learn, and the rest should be left. So coming to leading and lagging indicators, the first one is the leading indicator. Let me clearly explain what a leading indicator does. Leading indicator, that are oscillators, are said to be leading indicators generally. Whenever you see an indicator after learning all these indicators, or during this learning process, whenever you see that a indicator whose work is to predict, then you can say it is a leading indicator. Whenever a indicator is predicting something that this is going to happen in the market, that kind of indicators are said to be leading indicators. They give signals when the trend is about to start. They lead the trend. Leading indicators try to predict price by using a setup period. In their the calculation of leading indicators, whenever we'll be learning the mathematics in the indicator part, you'll be seeing leading indicators takes the price movement, the price calculations are taken in a shorter period. The most popular leading indicators are MACD, RSI also. Stochastics is also a leading indicator, but it's actually a little difficult. So now it's clear that leading indicators are the indicators whose work is to predict, who gives market direction, who says the trend is about to start or is going to end. Like overbought and oversold, it exactly said that now it's in a buying position. Next, moving to before moving to lagging indicators, the next question is the benefits and drawbacks. If possible, I'll be sharing the PDF, but if possible, please note down what are the benefits, because after noting down these benefits and drawbacks, you will be knowing what kind of indicators should be used for your own trade. The very popular, not popular in the sense, the major benefit of a leading indicator is that it signals entry and exit. Yeah, I'm only telling for leading indicator now. I'll be going to lagging indicator after that. So the benefits, now we'll be describing the benefits of leading indicator. The first benefit and the most important benefit is that it signals entry and exit. That is why it is called as leading indicator. A leading indicator generates more signals and allows more opportunity to trade. Mostly leading indicators are also used in day trading, intraday trading. Many opportunities are being given. The second, as I said, leading indicators generate more signals and allow more opportunity to trade. Coming to the third benefit, leading indicators also has an ability to signal early. As I said, that is why it is being said as leading indicator, because it signals early that yes, this is the time to buy, this is the time to sell. Early signaling also, it signals early, and it also warns also. It gives warning the potential strengths behind that, the potential weakness behind the trade. So the moving to the fourth one is leading indicators are best used in trading market, not a trending market. I think it's clear that what is the difference between trading and trending market. Trading market normally, it's a range bound market, but still it can be traded, like day trading, a movement of 10 15 points up down. So during this, if you are using a leading indicator, it will signal yes, it is going to move 10 points more, it is going to move come down 10 points. But in a trending market, that upward trend market, then leading indicator actually does not work. You will find all these things, like RSI continuously having giving more in a trending market. It does not apply to the theory behind which it is being formed. You'll be finding that RSI continuously failing, because it is a leading indicator and we cannot use it in a trending market. And the next comes, leading indicators can be used, uh, as previously I have said, it can be used in trading market, but there are some circumstances when it can be used in trending market, but not in an intraday trade or in a smaller time frame. It can be used in a trending market with with the major trend, and we should not go against that. Like we have already learned that the major trend could be with daily charts. We could find daily charts, what is the major trend of the stock, major trend of the script. So we cannot go outside that, we cannot go against that. It could give false signals that yes, simply see the example of overbought and oversold. It's a leading indicator. You'll be finding that every time the stock rises, it will be telling that yes, it's overbought. So this cannot be used against that, against the trend. If you are using any leading indicator in the trending market, it should be used with the major trend. And now coming to the drawbacks, uh, as per as far as the benefits are concerned, you could easily find what are the drawbacks are, because with the benefits there are drawbacks. As I said in the benefit parts, it generates more signals and allows more opportunity to trade. As no, the third one which I said is early signaling. So the first drawback is, as it gives early signal, there is a chance of getting higher return. Higher return is not the drawback. With higher return comes higher risk also. It signals quite early that with a smaller movement in price, it would signal that yes, it has reached its level, now it's going to fall, and you would trade a short, but again it would move. The return may be higher, but again, with higher the risk, the if the reward is more, the risk is also more. The next one is, as leading indicators gives more signal, there are chances of false signals. This is what exactly I was telling now, because frequently in day trading we will be finding these leading indicators signaling something, just buy right now, just sell right now. But there you will be finding more instances that they are giving false signals. This is where people are trapped. Someone who is frequent use of indicators and someone who is frequently using indicators for trading may be trapped, because the what exactly to say is the success ratio for a leading indicator would be less, because every time it would signal something. Now coming to lagging indicators, the second one. Lagging indicators are those that follows the price action as the move suggests. So Now you can clearly differentiate between the two. This and leading indicator is where it signals early before any price has come across. But a lagging indicator, it follows the price action. So now you might be finding that yes, lagging indicator is more reliable because it is following price action. But again, the risk reward ratio comes into play. If you are entering a trade late, you will be only trading for a few points. Suppose moving average is going to tell you, okay, fine, the stock is respecting a particular moving average. Say, but moving average is not a lagging indicator, but you are going to trade for crossover, which is a lagging indicator. Now a crossover might come after the stock moved 5 to 8%. You'll be when we'll be learning this, you will be finding that yes, moving average has already suggested, but crossover came after the price has moved 5 to 10%. So if at all the stock is going up for 15%, you are remain with only 5% to trade. So if you are trading a crossover, you are probably looking at a gain only of the remaining 5%. Let me give you an example. That these are the two situations which I have explained right now. And now you decide. I have laid down two situations. One is moving average, the other is crossover. In the first instance, you could trade for the major right. You could ride the major upward trend. But in the second scenario, it's like you are only riding for 5 to 6%. So here comes again the risk and reward, and the risk takers and risk observers scenario. Moving average can be taken, but it could give a fake signal and the losses could be more. But in the next case, in a crossover case, you are trading for a few points, but yes, you are trading with the success of price action. After the price action being suggested, the crossover is also suggesting. These two situations are there now, and it's now to decide which one to use. I'm not going to tell you that you should use leading indicators always. You should go for lagging indicators. Let me give you an example. The most important part is before deciding the indicator is we need to know on what direction, not exactly what direction we are. We need to know what kind of trader we are. Because if at all you are thinking after going through these technical analysis classes, you will be going definitely giving and trading with your own calls. Before that, it is being always suggested, please find yourself what kind of trader you are. If you if you are thinking that after these classes you will be going for advisory service, and advisory service is more easier than trading for yourself. Trading for yourself and trading in your calls is most difficult because enormous the most percentage of trading for yourself depends on the psychology you are. You should invent yourself what kind of trader you are. Before that, you won't be able to, you won't be able to tell yourself that what kind of indicators I'm going to use. Suppose let me give an example. Suppose I am a scalper. A scalper trader is someone who only trades for 1 or 2 points, just enters and exits. So what happens in that case? Whenever I'm happy with 2 to 3 points, or even less than that, so for me, lagging indicators works. I won't require more points. I am not a trader who is going to trade for a longer period. I am not going to ride. I'm only trading for fewer points. Lagging indicator suggested that yes, 5% more. can be seen. Yes, I'll be going through that. But if I am a positional trader, I may need a yearly signal so that my target would be more. But yes, your stop losses would be as well as would be more. These kinds of things are to be kept in mind for lifelong, because if you are thinking that only the technicals, the major technicals, the advanced technicals should work for you, it's not at all the scenario is not at all correct. You need to keep in mind that yes, I am a trader. Again, another example, you are a trader with capital of am I audible? I'm getting an error message. Okay, okay, fine. Let me give you another example. Like you are a trader with capital of 5 to 10 lakhs. Till I have learned all the psychology involved in this market, I would I can easily say with a capital of 5 to 10 lakhs, it is almost difficult to make losses. It's simply difficult to make losses. If you have introduced yourself, if you have invented yourself that what kind of trader I am, it is almost difficult part to make losses. I haven't found that. If yes, it can be it's not like you may not get losses, but yes, unless and until you are that unlucky that you have taken a trade, you are following all the rules in the market, but still there is a very important news came in the market, that can happen. But please mind it, please it make it a note, and please keep it in mind for lifelong, that it's almost difficult to make loss with a huge capital. But yes, do not with a huge capital, the very first thing comes is like I'm going to earn from 5 lakhs every month, I'll be earning 1 or 2 lakhs of rupees, then it is difficult. Yes, definitely you will be losing your money, you will be losing your profit and even your capital also. So these are the scenarios which you need to understand before moving to any indicators, before applying any indicators to your charts. Now let us focus on the benefits and drawbacks of lagging indicator. As we have already discussed that lagging indicators comes after the price action being suggested. And the first benefit is, this is where a pro trader's work comes. The first benefit, catch the trend and remain in the move. If you're catching a lagging indicator, then what what is the benefit if you're catching a lagging indicator? And even as I have suggested, the lagging indicator only gives you a upward trend or a downward trend for 5 to 6%. If at all it is giving 5 to 6% and you are not riding the move to till that point also, then your profit should be quite minor. It's not suggested to trade that much of less quantity. So if you're catching a lagging trend, please remain in the trend till the move. Only one thing which can keep you remaining in the trend, that is trailing stop losses. I haven't seen many people applying that. The next benefit is, can be enormously profitable and easy to use. Again, the same thing. It's not like you have cast a lagging indicator, but see, if at all the you have cast a lagging indicator, the trend has reversed and the price is going, but thinking as a lagging indicator, it won't be going more further than 5 to 6%. I should I should like cut my trade here with small amount of profit. But no, sometime it can give you a very large profit. But if at all you ride that, and in this case, the losses are also less because you are conforming with price action also, you are conforming with a leading indicator also. So definitely it would be going further. But going further till what level, it is not being suggested. So it is where your work comes. You need to ride that. The third, which I like the most about a lagging indicator, is very few number of suggestions comes. It's not like leading indicator, every frequent suggestions comes, buy sell. But no, lagging indicator doesn't do like that. Less number of trading involves. Huh, the third one is which I like the most is it signals very less number of trades. Unlike leading indicator, it does not give every time, every instances like 30 minutes, 15 minutes you will be finding that leading indicator signaling that yes, there is a chance of buying, there is a chance of selling. No, lagging indicator does not give that. Very few, less number of trades involves in lagging indicator. I am somehow a person, I do not like to sit in front of terminal all the time and trading all the time. Trade for less number of calls and ride the call. So this is where lagging indicator works. Now as there is benefit, so am I audible now? And now as there is benefit, so there must be few drawbacks. But all these benefits, drawbacks, it might be benefited to some few kind of traders, it might be drawback for few kinds of traders. As I have said in example, by taking 5 lakhs 10 lakhs example, by taking scalpers and positional traders example, you need to first make your strategies. These are all continuously facing some audio issues. Yeah, continuously actually facing some audio issues. Okay, I was telling, like I have given examples of 5 lakhs. I think now it's audible. Okay, I was telling about what exactly we are going to. I have given examples of 5 lakh, 10 lakhs, positional scalpers, but we have covered almost 5, 6 classes. What exactly you need to do all is we have already laid down the strategies. You might not be finding that because you need to note down on every class. Like in the very first class we have laid down few rules. In the next classes we have gone through the candlesticks and how to trade that, what are the stop losses. Every class would suggest a strategy, and you need to note down that yes, I am a kind of trader, I'm having a capital of 5 to 10 lakhs, these are the strategies which I need to start, I need to trade upon. So this is where today I have given an introduction class on indicators. So it's now time to decide you that yes, I would be using a leading indicator or a lagging indicator. It is not also like that every time you will be using a lagging indicator. I'm having a capital of 10 lakhs, let me do one thing. Now as the market is in downtrend, let me not focus on leading indicator, I would trade in small quantities but use the leading indicators. I will be trading frequently but in small quantities. Then again, if the trend is in upward trend and you are saying that yes, could ride to a more label, use lagging indicators. This is where pro traders actually earn money. Why it is being said that, why it is being said that only 5 to 10% of people in this market are pro traders? This is where everyone fails. What In my initial days, what I was doing is like I was confused between all these indicators. People say that yeah, no, 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 moving averages work very nicely, why don't you use that? I have gone through many indicators like Ichimoku and all names that which could not be pronounced, but I'll be thinking that yes, I do not know this one, that is why I'm facing problem. But it is not like that. It is you who need to decide on what how to go about. Okay, not taking much of these things. Now coming to the drawbacks, the first one is as in case of leading indicator, it was not suggested to use in a trending market. Here a leading indicator, lagging indicator is not suggested to use in a trading market, because trading market is the range bound market, 5 to 10 points movement. So as here we have already discussed that it depends on price action after the movement has been done. So if at all you will be taking a trade after that, then it won't give you the signal. It would give you the signal, but if it won't work, because it only works for few points. After giving that point, if you are only taking, if the market is a trading market, you know it definitely, if it's right for 5 to 10 points, it will again fall for 5 to 10 points. So it is not recommended to use lagging indicators in a trading market. And the second drawback is it signals late. It is See, this drawback is only for them who are frequent traders, scalpers. It may be a drawback for them, because they would start taking calls frequently, they would book profits frequently. So the last one is how to use tactfully to get good result. Each and every moment where I was talking about, I suggested all these things, like how to use them, what to how to apply with these indicators. So we'll be learning indicators, the mathematics behind that, the research behind that, how to use them, how to trade using an indicator. Only the implementation part, only the implementation in this exactly to see, if you're using Zerodha, how to use that exact indicators would be taught by Nishan. But till that time, I'll be telling you all these indicators from next sessions. Please mind one thing, like please, if we're going for 3 to 4 indicators daily, till these 3 4 indicators are being covered, we cannot end the session, because we cannot end a session with half covered indicator. A indicator, if a single indicator has been started, it should end in that session itself. Today I'm not starting with any indicator, because I'm expecting 1 or 2 people to join, because they are only keen to learn indicators. So from next classes onwards, I want everyone to not everyone to unmute the mic. And I might few people may not have heard that I was planning to take a class on open interest, which actually I use more often. Open interest after Thursday, Friday, any of these 2 days. If anyone, if people can give time, evening time, this is the extra class, this is not included in this. I would suggest how open interest works. There is no nothing to worry about. Like, we haven't learned chat patterns, so how to use open interest. Open interest can be individually used. So if everyone is ready for that, I would take that class. Okay, so in the WhatsApp group itself, we'll be deciding Thursday at what time we'll be taking, because all these sessions might look little boring. So an open interest class could make you feel like, no, no, not exactly for open interest. With the option data, will be looking the future prices also. I will tell you in the class itself, like what exactly happens. The open interest data is of options, but it can be used in, even in equity, even in futures. May not be that effective in cash, but futures, it's very much effective. I normally give calls using that, so you'll be finding how it is working. So let's end today's sessions here. I'll be sending the PDF with all these mentioned. If you haven't noted down, no problem. All these answers would be what exactly I have said in the class. I'll be writing down and sending you, and the video as well. So be prepared for candle pattern PDF. I have sent in the group today. Also, I will mail it down. Thank you. Thank you.